Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Excel Sessions, and today we will learn how offset function works in Excel. Offset function returns a range, that is a specified number of rows and columns from a given reference cell or range. Offset function takes 5 parameters. First 3 parameters are mandatory and last 2 parameters are optional. Now in formula, the first parameter is reference of a cell, which is a starting point. The second parameter, rows, which tells how many rows we have to move up or down from reference cell. If number is positive, we will move down, else we'll move up. Third parameter, columns, tells how many columns we have to move left or right from reference cell. If number is positive, we will move right, else we'll move left. Fourth and fifth parameter, which are height and width, tells the cell or reference returned by offset function. Default value is same as the reference which we used in the first parameter, which means if only single cell is used as reference, offset will return single cell. Fourth parameter, height, is the number of rows written by the formula, and fifth parameter, width, is the number of columns written by the formula. To understand offset, we have created a sheet showing the different numbers. Now in the first example, the first parameter is B6, which is the starting point. Second parameter is +5, which means move down 5 rows from starting point. Third parameter is +2, means move right 2 columns from starting point. So the result or end point would be D11, which is 5 rows below and 2 columns to the right of cell B6. So to use offset, equals to offset, open bracket, select the starting point or reference, which is B6, comma, rows is 5, comma, columns are 2, closing bracket, and press enter. Result is 917. In another example, in the offset formula, the first parameter is H10. So starting point is H10, which is 430. Second parameter is -3, means moves up 3 rows from the starting cell H10. The third parameter is -4, means move left 4 columns from the reference point. So the end point would be D7 cell, which is 3 rows up and 4 columns to the left of the cell H10. To use offset formula, type equals to offset, open bracket, starting reference is H10, comma, second parameter is -3, comma, columns are -4, closing bracket, and press enter. Result or endpoint is D7. In this example sheet, we are specifying the height and width of the returned reference. In the first offset formula, the reference point or starting point is F10. According to the second and third parameter, we have to move 3 rows up, and the third parameter is 2, which means 2 columns to the right of the reference cell. Now the fourth parameter is the number of rows returned, and fifth parameter is the number of columns returned by the function. In our example, it is 1 and 2, hence function will return 1 by 2 range, which means 1 row and 2 columns. To use offset, type equals to offset, open bracket, select the reference cell, which is F10, comma, second parameter is -3, third parameter is 2, comma, the return reference is 1, comma, 2, that means 1 row and 2 column. The result value will be 937 and 114, which is in a single row but in 2 different columns. In another example, the starting point and the second and third parameter is same, hence the end point will be same, which is H7. Now the fourth parameter and fifth parameter is 2 and 1. which means the function will return 2 by 1 range, which means 2 rows and 1 column. To use offset, type equals to offset, open bracket, select the starting point, comma, -3, comma 2. The return value is 2, comma 1. Closing bracket, press enter. Now the result value contains 2 rows and 1 column. In third example, the reference point is D9 and the function will move 3 rows down and 1 column to the left of the reference point. So the end point would be C12 cell. Now in the fourth and fifth parameter, 3 and 2 is used. Hence the function will return a range having 3 rows and 2 columns. Now to use offset, type equals to offset, open bracket, select the starting point D9, comma 3, comma -1, comma 3, comma 2 as a height and width, closing bracket and press enter. The resultant value contains 3 rows and 2 columns. Now in this way the offset function will return a single cell or a range of cells, and we can use these ranges to do any calculation. For an example, if we want to calculate the sum of these returned value, we can use sum function, and within sum function we can use offset function. Press enter. The result is 5063. If you select all these values, sum of selected cells is 5063. Offset function will throw error if any reference is referring to a non-existence range in Excel. In this example, the starting point is C6. The second and third parameter is 4 and -3, which means we have to move 4 rows down and then 3 columns to the left of the reference cell. We have to move third column left to the C6, which does not exist. Hence, the function will throw error. To use offset, again type offset, open bracket, select the starting point, comma 4, comma -3, closing bracket and press enter. The function will throw error. To learn how to trap and handle errors using is function or if functions, watch these videos. In offset function, we can pass a single cell reference or a range of cells as the starting point. The default output of offset function is always contains the same range. In this example, C6 to E6 is the starting point or the reference cell. As per the rows and columns, which are 4 and 1, we will move 4 rows down and 1 column to the right of the starting point. So in this case, the endpoint would be D10. Type equals to offset, open bracket, select the starting point or range of cells C6 to E6, comma, specify the rows and columns which are 4 and 1, closing bracket and press enter. Result also contains the same range as we used in the reference. In this video, we have learned how to use offset function in Excel. If you like the content, press thumbs up and share with your friends and colleagues. Subscribe the channel and press bell icon so that you get notification when we upload a new video. Share your feedback and queries in the comment section of YouTube. Thanks for watching.